First of all, I love this question. Thank you so much for commenting and asking this question. This is something that almost everybody I work with who has an eating disorder asks when we get into narcissism, being narcissistic, cultural narcissistic belief systems like thin supremacy or diet supremacy and all that jazz. And so the question, how I'm reading it, and please tell me if I'm wrong, but basically you're saying or asking and saying, hey, I don't believe I'm superior to others. In fact, I give everybody else grace and lenience to be the truth of who they are, to make mistakes, or to just be them. I want them to have that grace and lenience. They deserve it. But I, on the other hand, have to meet these high standards. I don't give myself grace. I feel terrible about myself, perfectionistic, etc. So, does that mean you're narcissistic? Like, what's the difference? This is such a good question because, in fact, it is narcissistic. But it's not the same. Based on the research of eating disorders, there is a difference between grandiose narcissism, or being grandiosely narcissistic, and vulnerable narcissism. I go into great detail in the book Body Supremacy, where I go into the importance of this narcissistic part of the disorder. Grandiose narcissists truly believe they are legitimately superior to others, obviously, because that's how they survive. The vulnerable narcissist believes they have to comply to those who are grandiose. So you're in compliance to these beliefs or authorities that say you have to meet these super high standards. This is common in like religiosity, like self-righteousness with religion, politics, education, beliefs, body image. Any type of belief set that is based on supremacy. If you're raised with that mentality, you may not believe you're superior, but you believe you are held to that standard without grace. Does that make sense? So you're probably more of a vulnerable narcissist, meaning you are a slave to a narcissistic belief system. So I go into, again, more detail in my book, Body Supremacy, where I present eating disorders as a syndrome like Stockholm Syndrome or battered wife syndrome. Kind of see where I'm headed with that. So thank you for commenting and thank you for the question.